my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Please go ahead.
So good evening, everybody. I'm here to talk about vision evaluation and refraction in children. Before we proceed to the vision evaluation, let us quickly recap about the normal visual development. The fixation occurs at around 8 to 12 weeks, optocantic nystagmus at around 2 to 4 months, foveal maturation at around 4 months, and stereopsis and contrast sensitivity at around 7 months. By 2 months, the baby should follow the response to mother's face, and by 4 months, it should reach for an object, and by 1 year, it should scribble with crayon, and by 2 years, it matches colors. And this is a very commonly asked questions for the postgraduate. That is the age at which the 6x6 vision is achieved by various methods. By optocantic nystagmus, it is achieved by around 20 to 30 months. Preferential looking, it's around 24 to 36 months, and visual evoked potential as early as 6 to 12 months. If the child has got a gross eccentric fixation, we can assume the vision acuity is as poor as counting fingers. If it is steady, central, but it is not maintained, it can be as low as 6/60 to 6/36. If it is a central, steady, maintained fixation with cross fixation, but if it is freely alternating between the two eyes, the visual acuity is as good as 6/9 or 6/6. So, what are the common symptoms? The child can come nearer to the board or holds books close to face. It can present with defective night vision. It can have blurred vision, can present with itching, blinking, and there can be repeated attacks of infection. So in infants, we can check the fixation pattern and by tailored acuity test. And 1 to 3 years, we have the Cardiff cards, cake decoration, and visual evoked potential. And by 3 to 5 years, we have the Sheridan Garden, Cambridge overcrowding. And greater than 5 years, we have the dynamic and cycloplegic refraction. So the younger the child, the more likely the refractive state is not stable and cycloplegic refraction is mandatory. The older the child, the more likely the child is myopic, and subjective and non-cycloplegic technique will yield reliable data. So this is a response to occlusion. As you can see in this right side picture, as after covering the abnormal eye, the child is happy, but after covering the normal eye, the child resists occlusion. And this is a small video showing the visual acuity testing by Lee paddles. This uses the paddles to present the gratings. The infants detect the presence of parallel lines of decreasing width. When a stripe pattern is presented in front of the infant, along with a gray surface of the same size and luminance, the infant is likely to look at the stripe pattern. So this handle allows the tester to hold the test easily. The gratings are then defined by the frequency, that is the number of pairs of black and white stripes or cycles within 1 degree of visual angle. It is defined as the number of cycles per centimeter of square. If the child fixates at around 19 cycles per centimeter, then we can surely say that the visual acuity is as good as 6/9. And this is the picture matching chart by Keeler. And for cycloplegic refraction, for all kids greater than 6 years, we do cycloplegic refraction, and for all the strabismus patient. And atropine is given in children less than 5 years. It uncovers any hyperopia present in children with accommodative esotropia. Initial cyclopentolate is effective in controlling any accommodative esotropia present. But we should take care of the side effects of cyclopentolate like seizures, psychosis, and fever. Atropine is used in darkly pigmented eyes, and if adequate cycloplegia is not achieved with cyclopentolate. And these are the various K pictures. And this is a video showing the asked to familiarize with the pictures which are presented in the K pictures at a near distance. As you can see, the child is cooperating and then he's pointing out all the pictures. And the same K pictures are then shown to the child at a distance of around 3 meters. And the child is asked to identify each and every picture. This is a Keeler acuity testing. So these Keeler cards are printed with circular patch to avoid the identification of the edge. They also have an empty circle printed on the other side. This leads to different visual response. Thereby, the infant may look from one circle to another before a definitive preference is made. For older kids, we use Snellen's chart. And Lee symbols in amblyopia, the recognition acuity is affected much more than the grating acuity. Lee symbols combines optotype and recognition. It uses house, apple, and the square, differing in critical details from the fourth, which is a circle. This is graded in a log step from 0.1 to 2 at a distance of around 3 meters. Performing retinoscopy, it can be a challenging endeavor. So the most common state of error is hyperopia. Hyperopia increases from birth till 7 years. For high ECV ratio, and asthenopic symptoms can occur if the dioptric power exceeds 3 diopters. And always in refractive accommodative esotropia, full cycloplegic correction is done. This is a 3-year-old child presenting with alternative convergent squint. As you can see from this refraction, she has got a plus 2.5 diopters of spherical in both the eyes. So we went ahead and gave her glasses. So refractive accommodative esotropia, you have to do a full hyperopic correction. Non-refractive accommodative esotropia, there won't be any deviation at distance, but there can be large esotropia at near. So we prefer cycloplegic refraction, and we can give bifocals for near. And asthenopic symptoms occur when there is a maximum plus. And always in all kids of greater than 6 years, it's better to do a post-mydriatic test. And this is regarding the astigmatism, which follows the 3-2-1 rule. That is up to 2 years, you prescribe glasses when the dioptric power is greater than 3 diopters. 2 to 6 years, you give the glasses when the power is greater than 2 diopters. And greater than 6 years, you prescribe glasses when the power is greater than 1 diopter. This is 2 years after post-atropine refraction. You can see the astigmatism is around minus 2.5 in both the eyes at 180 degree. So it's better you just observe the patient every 6 months. And this is a 3 years post-atropine refraction. You can see the astigmatic power is around minus 1.25 and minus 2 at 180 degree. Still you can observe and call them regularly every 6 months. This is a 4-year-old child with a power with a refractive error of about
60 seconds left.
Minus 1.75. But the best corrected visual acuity is only 6/18 and 6/15. So in this case, just go ahead and give the glasses. And myopia, the most common cause of myopia is regress ROP, congenital stationary night blindness, Down syndrome, and infantile glaucoma. So this myopia follows the 5-3-1 rule. So up to 1 year, you treat when the power is greater than -5. 1 to 6 year, you give glasses when the power is greater than -3. And greater than 6 years, you give glasses when the power is greater than -1. This is a 3-year-old child. After atropine refraction, you can see the power is around minus 1.25 and minus 2 at 180 degree. So it's better just observe the patient and call them every 6 months. So 2/3 of the children with amblyopia, strabismus, or both have at least 1 diopter of anisometropia. And hyperopic anisometropia causes amblyopia much more than myopic anisometropia. So in hyperopic anisometropia, you give glasses when the power is greater than 1.5 diopters, and always rule out microphthalmus or any conditions which can cause aphakia. And astigmatism, prescribe the glasses when the difference in the diopter is greater than 1.5 diopters, and rule out always a lid swelling. And in myopic anisometropia, you give the glasses when the difference is greater than 3, and always rule out ROP and glaucoma. So follow-up is around 3 months till 2 years of age, 6 monthly thereafter, and more frequently if amblyopia is present. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vaishnavi. That was a very lucid talk which you gave. I'll start with a very basic question before Dr. Arun takes on. How soon would you start using Snellen and ETDR charts for vision testing in children? Vaishnavi.
Earliest around greater than 5 years, ma'am.
And when do you use Lee symbols?
Lee paddles is that's what Lee paddles is an infants. Maybe around after 5 months, we can just see how the fixation pattern is. So as early as 5 to 6 months, we can use the Lee paddles. And Lee symbols, as in case of amblyopia, so we can the child has to identify the objects in the Lee symbols. So it's more common in amblyopia. Yeah.
Dr. Arun?
Yeah. So here, I would first like to emphasize one important thing for the benefit of the postgraduates. The fixation pattern is the most important. Like in a small baby, like suppose you get a 6-month baby or a 9-month baby, you just look at the fixation pattern. So that itself will give a very good idea about the visual acuity and whether the child has amblyopia or not. So that's what I just wanted to emphasize. And there is one question from the audience. Till what age you do cycloplegic refraction, Dr. Vaishnavi?
So for all pediatric, we do cycloplegic refraction till 12 years, sir. And if
Okay.
there is any squinting, even in older patients, we do cycloplegic refraction.
Okay. And use of atropine till what age? Or
5
you
years, sir.
Okay.
Atropine is less than 5 years.
Less than 5 years, all children you do an atropine refraction.
Atropine refraction.
Okay.
But if the cyclopentolate effect is not taken, we can advise atropine in elderly patients also.
Sure. Sure. Thank you.